Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In the first verse, the vision of truth has been indicated, and in the second mantra, how we are to live our life. As I said, that Bhagavad Gita has in a way emerged from Ishavasya Upanishad. Some people even go to say that each mantra, and there are 18 mantras, links to each chapter of the Gita. But it's not very easy to find that out because the knowledge is spread over the entire Bhagavad Gita. For example, Karma Yoga. But to understand this one verse, every verse that Sri Krishna has spoken about karma and karma yoga is actually an explanation of this mantra. When I say explanation, means it goes into the details of the understanding of the principle of action in our life. So when we live our life with dedication, doing our duties with a sense of responsibility, living a productive life with the desire to live a productive life till the span of life I have. 100 years is just a general statement. That till the last day of my life, I should be able to work. And even though this is not about the realized master, but realized masters have demonstrated in their life, and even a realized master does not sit back and do nothing. As long as life is there, action will be there. Eating is also an action. Therefore, Krishna says, Sharira yatra pichate na prasiddhyeda karmani. So it is not even possible to go through life without action. And even if you only eat and don't do any other action, you will get bed sores and you will die. So understand that action is there, but which action we should do. And when we do our duties as an offering to the totality, because we've received everything from the totality, then all such actions help us to eliminate our likes, dislikes, our obsession with objects, desires, etc., which means it helps us to reduce our vasana pressures And such a mind then is ready for higher contemplation and knowledge. So having explained this, and then seeing the life of our Gurudev, not a minute, didn't require anything, but not a minute. When I first came, of course I had heard Gurudev, I was inspired, but when I came and attended the camp with Gurudev in Sithabadi, even the numbers were so limited, because ashram was still very small. There were just 150 of us. And to see that even then, 20 hours of his day, whether it was for the villagers, whether it was for the meetings with people, 20 hours a day he would just work. And that too also without any stress. You'd wonder how he could do it. And therefore, in a way, the Upanishad is also saying that such realized masters, when they work, we wonder, will they not have karma phala? Will they not have results of action? Will they not be affected or bound by the results of action? And their actions very often are phenomenal work. No? Don't they get affected? Don't they get bound? But the Rishi says, na karma lipyate nare. Such people do not get bound by action. And when we live our life inspired by them, as they lived, we also do not get bound by it. Now all this is explained in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says to Arjuna that if you can't understand all this, live your life like Janak Maharaj did. Oh, Janak Maharaj is a myth. Really? Was there Janak Maharaj, father of Sita? Was Sita also there? If that is in your mind, Krishna says, see me only. And Arjuna can see that Krishna had no agenda, no personal agenda, no ulterior motive to be in that Kurukshetra. Neither for his kingdom. In fact, all his army and himself, he has given it to the battle. And the question is why? Why are you doing action if you don't need anything? Krishna says, otherwise people will follow my example. Because yadyad acharati sreshta tattat devetaro jana sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanu vartate. That whatever a person whom we admire, great person, does, people just follow. Their good as well as their bad. And therefore, such great masters are exemplary so that we can follow what they do. Because knowledge still remains abstract to us. But when we know of the lives of such great people and how they acted, then for us to imitate is very easy. After all, according to science, our ancestors are called as apes. So we are very good at aping. Can you imagine in the Bhagavad Gita how all this is elaborated? And therefore to say that this verse is only for the person to prepare himself for knowledge and definitely not a realized master. And the logic is completely valid, and in context it can be seen that there are this is this twofold path. One for those who are free of their vasanas, the path of knowledge and contemplation, and for others who still have vasanas, method by which they can eliminate their vasanas. But we cannot deny that this also says that when a realized master works in this world, the realized master does not get bound. So having explain these two verses. And he clearly says, other than this, there is no other path for our greater development, for our greater gains, or for our absolute gain of life. The teacher then has to say that what about those who do not follow this path? The path of dedicated action called as karma yoga, and the path of contemplation and meditation called as jnana yoga. Those who do not follow these two paths, and while living in this world, if we have not realized the truth, then what happens to that jiva, the individual? What happens to us? Those who do not follow these two paths. And that is pointed out in the third verse.
Asurya nam te lokaha andhena tamasavritaha tagamste pretyabhigachanti ye ke chatmahano janaha.
Yeke cha atma hanaha janaha. The Rishi says, those who have killed themselves. Killed themselves. So is it only for those people who have committed suicide? What happens to those who commit suicide or murder? It's not that. In life, when you get some opportunity and you don't take up that opportunity, have you not destroyed the possibility of your success? No? Those who have destroyed themselves, Atma Hana, those who have destroyed themselves, which means those who have not lived up to their ability, those who have not lived up to their potential, those who have not lived up to the opportunity that has been given to them, according to the rishis, they have committed spiritual suicide. No? When you've not lived up to your own dignity, you have killed yourself, is it not? See, killing is not only this body is killed. No? When you insult an elder, your parent, your guru, in a way you have killed them. That crime is as worse as murder. No? So, these are the words, when the word killing is used in our scriptures or death is used, it is in its larger sense of meaning, not just the physical death. So those who have had this opportunity to live a life and gain the infinite. In other Upanishads, it is said, such people are kripana. That word also you find in the Gita, which Arjuna says, karpanya dosho. This karpanya dosha, this fault of thinking small. And being Chinmaya devotees, and when we think so small, how big is Gurudev? That's why I first gave that. Think big, think Chinmaya. We only think from our egocentric standpoint. Me, my center. Yeah. When we think small, the greater potential in us does not come forth. Sugriv was a great personality, no doubt. And Hanumanji was in service of Sugriv, but how much of Hanuman? Even there, look at his talent, ability, the trust that Sugriv had on Hanumanji. But when Hanumanji dedicated himself to larger than the largest, greater than the greatest, see the greatness that manifests out of him. In life, whole life is dedicated to earn just a few thousand or few millions compared to what we can achieve even in monetary success. Even in monetary success, what we can attain, we don't attain. I'm not saying go and earn more money, but what I'm saying is even there, we have so much opportunities and potential, but we are not ready to put in that effort. It's not just the physical effort. We are not able to apply our mind. We don't have the confidence of achieving it. No? So, when we do not fulfill our potential, when we lose an opportunity, it is said in many of our books of knowledge that having got a human life, which even the devatas covet, because it is in this human life we are capable of knowing the truth. Now it is said that and the scriptures have said it, and just recently I saw a documentary, and today any modern discoveries are only affirming what our rishis have said. This is 84 lakh Juni. 84,000, which means 8.4 million species are there, or varieties of creatures are there in this planet Earth. Today, modern scientists have also recorded about 8.2 million species. Still discovering, so they might come to 8.4. Let's see if they go beyond that. But if they do, more species get created. So this word, those who have killed themselves, at the end of life, we should not sit back and regret, what did I do with my life? What did I achieve? I brought up children that finally leave me and go away. And I still am miserable without them. Is that what the achievement I had in my life? When we start questioning all this, having lost that opportunity. So here the Rishi warns us that follow this spiritual path where you gain your infinite nature and be free of birth, death, hunger, thirst, sorrow, etc. And how much we struggle only for some finite, temporary gain, which anyway comes to an end. And life goes chasing them. Most of the life goes chasing them. Little time goes enjoying them. And the remaining time goes craving for them. Again, really speaking, if you honestly sit and examine, introspect, and therefore Gurudev say introspect daily. Some simple things that Gurudev would say. I remember when Gurudev came to Hong Kong, first time after I became a brahmachari, he used to come every year before that. By that time, so many classes had started, and especially teenage classes had expanded. And Gurudev would give time for Bal Vihar, for teenagers. And generally, aunties even till today, teenagers, they call them as Bal Vihar students. America, so till 18, they are, in a way, Bal Vihar, or 17, they are Bal Vihar. So they call them Bal Vihar. That's why we introduced the word Junior Yuva Kendra, so that they feel the sense that we are not children anymore. But the aunties went and said that now so many teenagers are coming for the classes. Gurudev, would you meet them? He said, yeah, I'll meet them for a question answer session. So I did go up to Gurudev and I told Gurudev, these teenagers are studying Gita and Upanishads, So, and I should take them. One of the students are here. Teenagers used to study Katha Upanishad. Don't underestimate their capacity. And after all, Katha Upanishad was given to a teenager only, Yeah. And people think that Upanishads only old people. And old people think they can't understand it yet. Atmahana. So I told Gurudev that these teenagers are studying. He said, very good, very good. They can have a question answer session. Question answer session, that I know how many questions I had faced. And I said, oh, I hope they don't start off with, why did you become a Swami? But what you fear comes true. They had some intelligent questions, but then one question popped up. Why did you become a Swami? And Gurudev, and why I was afraid is that Gurudev will give that bluff story, and people believed his bluff story, And then Hong Kong is a small village. It's a sophisticated, prosperous small village, where everybody knows everybody and everybody gossips about everybody. Not gossip doesn't mean bad things, but everybody just gossips about everybody because everybody knows everybody, so everybody talks about everybody, right? Next thing is, people would. So he started off, When I was in college, Swami went to college. When I was in college, in the middle of the term, one day in middle of the class, the door banged open. And as the door banged open, came in this pretty girl. Wearing a skirt and a blouse. Those days they wore sari also too. Skirt and a blouse. Long hair. Plaited. And he says, you young girls nowadays, this is also 30 years ago, with your cut hair, you don't know what beauty is. As she walks in, her hair goes this side, she goes this side. Of course, he got the attention of the teenagers. And when she comes in completely lost, where should she sit? And the professor is giving, he said, I just pushed my friend off and said, come and sit here, And she sit beside, now to cut the whole story short, because, you're students of Upanishads, not of a Bollywood movie. But anyway, he took her out for a picture, a movie, and that's how far a date went. And but soon after that, she stopped coming to college. They didn't have Facebook to find out where she lives, etc. He didn't even know where she lived, but somehow his envious friends, who didn't get the chance, told him that, she lives there, go there. And they know why they told him. He said, when I went there, I saw all the glittering lights. And then band Baja Bharat. Her father had got her married to someone else. I was heartbroken. I don't know what to do. I wanted to end my life. So I said, best become a Swami. Brahmacharis, they're going to ask you, already they'll start asking you. पूछेंगे सब, क्यों बन गए ब्रह्मचारी, क्या हुआ तुम्हारे जीवन में, किसने दिल तोड़ा, what problem came into your life? And everybody was laughing and this thing, and I said, oh no, that's exactly what I want. And they will say that, oh, the Swamis become Swami because some girl breaks their heart. But he says, joking apart, and mind you, this was a joke, in case you also, he says, joking apart. Whenever I desired something and I strived and I got that success, I just asked myself one question. Am I satisfied? Am I fulfilled? Am I happy? My life was not miserable. But am I happy? Am I satisfied? And it is searching for that that I went to the Himalayas. Most people, they went to expose the Swamis. That also he went to find out what these Swamis do. But that's why I went to the Himalayas, to find answers to life's question, that in spite of all my achievements, why am I feeling this sense of dissatisfaction? Having achieved it, if not achieved it, then it's different. Having achieved it, so there must be more to life. And therefore, I went to the Himalayas to find answers to my questions. I remember in Siddhwadi, he told us that he went up to Swami Shivananda and said, I've met great masters like you, and I've met those, street people also. I've written an article. Should I write? He said, you written? Go and send it. He didn't say anything. No, don't do it. Do it. He said, I've understood that we've got such a great source of knowledge. These scriptures have got importance in our life. Spirituality has got importance. Religion has got importance in our life. I've understood that. But I don't see the relevance of becoming a Swami. If you also have to sit and do all the work, why should I become a Swami? And that's the only question it seems that Swami Shivanji didn't answer to. Otherwise, all his earlier, even defined questions, he would answer. Other devotees would get a little bit irritated as to why he's asking so many questions. But Swami Shivanji used to answer with great patience. But this question, Gurudev told us, this hall only was telling us, he didn't answer. We asked why. He said, your questioning is not sincere. So what do you mean? I'm asking. He said, if I tell you the importance of sannyas ashram I'm talking about. Inner sannyas, for the realization of the truth, everybody has to have. But sannyas ashram, will you become a sannyasi? For a young man with everything going for his life, but he had come asking questions that with all that I have achieved, I don't feel that satisfaction. Anyway, whatever Swami Shivananji told him, he didn't tell us that. But we know that he became a sannyasi. So having got this human life, every moment question, Kima kurvata Sanjaya? Bhagavad Gita starts with that question. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.